Hi guys and welcome back to the FSL Valorant Circuit 2021 Day 1 group stages. We are into game number 3. We're gonna hop right in for Alter Ego Celeste going up against OG Centuria that we saw in game number 1 for today. I am so hyped to see Alter Ego Celeste. We are talking a bit about it just now earlier on stream about how, if you guys have been watching FSL, these are only the champions of your open 1, 3, 4, and 5. So if you guys have seen any FSL at all, you guys would recognize Celeste, the entire squad. I think they pretty much kept the entire squad from the last FSL open. It's going to be Tarathio, Ayumi, Margot, and Neri and Iceberg. They did bring in Margot, I think, for the last 1 or 2 opens. It's been working out really well for them, but I'm hype. I cannot wait to watch these girls in action.
Oh yeah, they've been absolutely dominating a lot of these FSL Valorant opens. Almost no contest. The only contest that they had kind of was Kohaibi's team, but unfortunately she's not going to be playing in this tournament. So they're going up against OG Centuria. We just saw how they performed pretty darn well. That was a
flawless.
Remind me, yeah,
pretty much
flawless, right?
Yeah, I'm really hyped because OG Centuria, as you're saying, that this is an entire squad from the Philippines, are all 6 of them Philippine girls, and all 6 of them also immortals. So I think just like pound for pound, they're going to be giving Alter Ego Celeste a run for their money. Celeste, of course, I think they are currently 1 Radiant, 5 immortals are the girls on their squad, and even the immortals, their last 2 or 3 rows are still Radiant games.
Pretty
too.
much.
These girls are so good. They've been immortal pretty much since launch at this point for at least a good 6 to 8 months. So very high elo game that we're going to be watching, and I can't wait.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a full immortal / Radiant lobby, pretty much Radiant. So you know their mechanics are definitely on point. But aside from that, of course, this stream is brought to you by Intel, our lovely sponsor. Of course, if you're looking for processors, where else are you going to go other than Intel, right? If you want smooth frame rates, 144 FPS for your 144 Hz monitors, Intel's the way to go.
Yep. Also, we are proudly supported by Yahoo, as well as SGEA, as well as Tokenized Exchange. It's one of our new sponsors that's just joined us for this year's FSL Valorant Circuit 2021. And also, we are a part of the GEF World Connected Series of 21. So a couple of new sponsors
Select
just
your
hopping on board is really nice to see, just because, last year when FSL first launched the Valorant Opens, we were forced to kind of do a remote competition, that sort of thing. So now that we're looking towards having that offline tournament here in Singapore over in October, we've got a couple of nice swanky new sponsors coming on board too. So it's nice.
Yeah, heck
Thanks,
yeah.
guys.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
everyone, for the kind support you've been showing our tournament for the last half year.
Absolutely. Southeast Asia, maybe a little bit off from, we're not North America, but we got to do what we can. Riot might have the VCT Game Changers League for the females in that North American region. We've got FSL right here, and this is what we're doing. FSL is growing bit by bit. It was the FSL Valorant Open last year, and then we had Showdown. Now we're coming in with the full circuit, culminating in FSL Elite. Hopefully an offline event, $5,000 prize pool. It's going to be big, and you know what? I bet we're going to see Alter Ego Celeste in there. Just throwing my head in there.
Yeah, I would not be surprised in the least if Alter Ego Celeste made an appearance in FSL Elite. The way that the circuit runs is that, so there's going to be one every single month for the next 6 months. And the 2 teams with the top points at the end of the 6 months will be making it for sure into FSL Elite. But the thing is, you don't actually need to play every 6 of those circuits. If you're a team that just, wins any 2 out of the 6 of those, you're guaranteed a spot into FSL Elite because you've got max points at the top of the table, I think. Yeah. And we might be witnessing the start of Alter Ego Celeste run. We're not sure. OG Centuria, we've been talking about them. Also, full immortal team. They're also really good. As we were saying during the break, this kind of looks like it has potential to actually be one of those finals matchups for sure. So I'm pretty excited that we're going to see this already in the group stages. Entry A main.
lot of contest here, but usually the first one to fall. Actually surprised that Inari's not the one on Jet this time. They're going to be eating a lot of bullets from the Frenzy to Rathiel. They're just rushing on the side, surprisingly. This was almost a flawless round for OG Centuria.
Really well played by them. I like the aggression as well at the start. I think there was the debuff from the breach through to a main Omen Smoke also being popped very early on. I think we saw a couple of Frenzies and IMO. Frenzy's kind of the superior gun for the pistol round. I mean, there are a couple of options that you want to go. There's Ghost. If you get Ghost, you can't get Light Shield. You usually pick up 1 or 2 skills. Or some people just straight out go for the Alpha Sheriff buy. No shields, no skills either. But Frenzy, it gives you a very good opportunity, especially when the teams are stacking. So it is going to be, I think, Spectres versus Pistols for the second round.
Whoa, okay, but to start things off, we do have a Sheriff shot. It's going to be traded off by Lex, however. And now it's the 4v4. Yeah,
that's pretty worth any day of the week. It's going to be 800 versus what? Your 1600 credit buy. So for sure, if you can land those Sheriff headshots. Oh no, we say that, but Neri gets taken out at the entrance to a main. There's a door going down, so they know that this path is going to be sealed off from them over at Tree. Margot looking like she wants to drop a smoke down somewhere. Playing things very careful, very slowly. We're below the 1 minute mark at this point. It is 3v4. OG Centuria have the man advantage. Have the woman advantage, I want to say.
The woman advantage, exactly that. But at the same time, Celestè not quite just landing their shots. They are on pistols after all. So not too bad. This is just kind of how most games go at the start. 2-0 to OG Centuria. Very, very solid defense. Any time that Celeste is just trying to break open this A site, they get shot down by the fully automatic Spectres and Stingers from OG Centuria.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit rough for Celeste, actually. We always talk about how generally with the team that wins the first round, snowballs not into second round win, especially if you don't see something like a 5 Stinger Force. The thing is, some of the members on Celeste did buy those Sheriffs, which means that they actually can't full buy right now. There's only 1 rifle and the rest are using Spectres versus the full rifle squad buy from OG Centuria. So gun diff still gonna go in favor of OG Centuria. We'll see if they can snowball this into a round 3 victory. Oh, it gets spotted out!
Okay.
They saw around the corner.
Just a little bit of pressure, but it does look like OG Centuria are pushing out of B main as well. So Rathiel finds one, and Iceberg picks up the other. And all of a sudden, B site should be open at this point. You can see that the remaining players from AE are rotating over as well. Boombot clearing out the corners. Lex just hiding by logs. If they don't check this, Lex could come up huge.
Cover going out.
It's my favorite spot over on B, but there's the recon. Oh, they shotgunned him into that corner. 3 people storming through B.
Wow, she gets killed by the blast pack.
Sag time.
Complete Sag. Let's get some Sages in the chat. Sages and Satchels, but of course they do have the sight. It's a 5v2, and they have rifles as well. OG Centuria trying to make a play through market, but it's going to be a double headshot from Ayumi and Margot to close out the round 2-1. And this is just the start of the game.
I'm going to use that one the next time I fail my satchel. I'm just going to be like, Satchel.
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 Oh my
literally
God.
me every time I try to do a Tarathiel raise play, which is like the double satchel into the wall. It's just Satchel.
Satchel. Wait.
Sag times.
If I recall correctly, did you tell me that you were a one-trick raise with a shot?
Oh my God. You can't say these things when we're live. I told you that in confidence during the break. You can't out me like this.
If Tarathiel does the same play, then, you know, it lends some credibility. But
Tarathiel is the Raze main that we all wish we could be.
That is true.
She's hashtag goals.
Look at what she's doing right now. Just creating a little bit of presence over by B main, trying to get information if anyone decides to go for an informational play from the side of OG Centuria. Right now, though, very, very disciplined on both sides. No one is pushing at all, but map control is definitely over on I would say OG Centuria side, the way that they're just locking down a lot of these angles, they're getting a lot of information, seeing if anyone decides to peek. Right now they know that there's certainly Tarathiel over by B lobby, but Ayumi opens things up all the way through tree, and they have the A site.
Yeah, it is clear. Managed to clear it out, but only
planted.
right now I think Centuria caught a bit off on the back foot. They're trying to rotate through to CT, but the plan has already gone down. 2 members from Celestè just making their way through A main.
Wow.
Ivory picking up that sweet kill over in heaven. Does get taken out though. Lax goes down, Mario goes down, and Luca, last one to fall, is gonna make things a 2-2. Really even Steven all around.
Even Steven, but I would say, I dare say, it's starting to lean over onto Alter Ego Celeste's side. If we just take a look at the economy, yep, OG Centuria, a little bit broken this time around. They do have a little bit for utility, Sheriff, Spectre, of course, the Bucky.
Ivory's Bucky. I am so hype. I mean, that game won today. She picked
Even
up some
fight?
really
That's
sweet
fun.
kills on it. We were saying about how the main drawback for Bucky is that you get that one shot, and then after that you're very susceptible because your reload time is slow. After that, Ivory plays that very well. She plays it almost as if she's using a sniper, which is you get the first kill, you kind of like duck back to hide for the recoil, and then you go forward again. So it's really only vulnerable versus times where the enemy team is hard stacking. But otherwise, we'll see. Oh, Frenzy not gonna work out for her. Ayumi just takes out Aluka over by a main. Door still open there. You can see Omen kind of pushing out a bit aggressively to just scope out mid, see what's going on. Just a smoke going down. Lax says she wants to peek this though. There's a jet, cloud burst dashing through the door. Ayumi reloading in a very open spot, however. Aya around the side.
They hear the door being cut open. Aya just waiting for a peek. If anyone rotates over onto the other side, that's a double Sheriff shot from Ivory and Aya. All of a sudden, it's a 2v3. They pick up rifles as well, and this could be doable. All 3 remaining players on Celeste's side are hiding on the other side, which is A main. They do have an arrow as well.
One
that could
enemy
provide
remaining.
a lot of information. Tarathiel just spraying through. It's the full firing squad. Wall banging onto Ivory. And there's nothing that much that she could do. 3-2.
Yeah, they kind of sussed that she was going to be there. You could see just when they're pushing through heaven, they already tried the wallbang into hell from the top, which is always pretty rough. Yeah, so they kind of knew that she was there. Is gonna get her from, I think, A main was where they finally shot her down from. It's going to be 3-2 once again. The eco gonna be in favor of Alter Ego Celestè. We did bring it up earlier on about how Celestè, picked up a shiny new sponsors. FSL wasn't the only organization getting busy in the last couple of months. Celestè did get picked up by Alter Ego just this month. So hopefully we'll be wanting to, impress the new team.
They most certainly are looking to do that right now as they push all the way onto site. Super aggressive, and they can afford to do so because of their ultimates. Tarathiel has a showstopper up as well. Now we'll see if this 5v5 retake will pay off. They have to lock down every single one of these post-plant positions, ensuring that not a single entry point is open for OG Centuria. Right now, they're pushing all the way through from CT. A lot of shots being fired. Ayumi fights 2, 3 knives, 4! She almost gets the ace, but Lex shuts her down. It's a 2v1. Paranoia onto site. She picks up a headshot. Oh, this could be possible. Oh, Tarathiel, the off-angle one-tap headshot seals the deal.
That crosshair placement! So good! She was just waiting around there. Her crosshair did not budge for even 1 second. She knew that was exactly where the hit was going to show up, and she just clutched out the end of that round. Also, Ayumi top fragging right now, 11 and 4 for her team with that jet ultimate. That's the thing about those knives. You body shot anywhere, 50 damage straight to the hit. It's 150, 1 shot, 1 kill plus the reset. So absolutely deadly in the hands of someone who can't use that well. That's for sure Ayumi.
Yeah, somebody did their homework, Rairachu, but you know what? It looks like OG Centuria are not quite doing their homework this time around. A little bit of an eco on their side, and they are getting overwhelmed by all of these ultimates. Missed her knives, Showstopper connects, and the Iceberg will be cleaning things up on the site. Left with 2 players, OG Centuria are having a tough time trying to break their way for this retake. Oh my god, look at the positioning from Margot as well. That's such a beautiful vertical position that Margot just would not expect. Lovemensch now trying to get one, she will, but Ineri cleans it up with a headshot Sheriff.
That was so close. I think she had the gun difference on the Ghost too, was able to pick that one up off of Omen when she ran through that window, but did end up trading 1 for 1 though, but was a very good shot onto Omen.
Very, very good. Just time and time after again. Now Celeste are really finding their stride. At the start, you know, pistol round, it was a little bit odd because they just flooded onto side with no utility, no real strategy whatsoever, and then they just lost. But now they're starting to become a lot more calculated, right? They only rush because they have ultimates. They're trying to contest for this ultimate orb right now, but they are going through with it with smoke. So a lot more careful this time around, and it does pay off. Like, finds a headshot onto Snacks, and now they're pushing. Aluka unable to contest with this beautiful shot from Ayumi, effectively opening the ace site, and they are possibly selling a fake as well. Lovemensch does find a trade, but the spike is all the way over onto B main.
Yeah, 3v3. They've done a really good fake out right here, which was pop a lot of utility over and A, make a lot of sound. Meanwhile, Sova with that spike just running over to B. You can see really catching out OG Centuria right here. Only right now, 3 of them running around from CT. They do hear the plant sound accused, so they do know the spike hasn't planted B. Right now, it's going to be all about the retake 3v2. They do have the man advantage.
And they know that, so they're going to be pushing in, but Ayumi just evens the odds with a headshot. Spike is getting diffused though. Oh, she cannot spray while she's on the top of that roof, and Ivory will get it with a simple spray transfer, winning the first round in a while for OG Centuria.
Yeah, this was absolutely crucial for OG Centuria because before this, they actually ecoed a few rounds. This was their full buy round, so this was a 10 rifle buy. If they had lost that round, it would have been absolutely insane because they would probably have to go for another 2 rounds, come back by about round 10, round 11, which is versus Alter Ego Celeste, not a spot that you want to be in. So it's absolutely crucial that they picked up that round win.
Very, very well played, of course. And at the same time, look at Ineri. She doesn't quite have a rifle, although her teammate has a Economy.
She is the best pistol shooter on that team. She's so good on Sheriff.
Just like that, she gets a headshot. Lex falls. Time and time after again, they're trying to contest for this A main position, but it does seem to be fairly even. Aluka now just being a little bit more cautious. They do get spotted out by the recon ball, so they're falling back, but it's gonna be the paint shells, or should I say pain shells, as Lovemensch falls.
that took a sec, but I got there in the end.
Okay.
That was nice, that was nice. That's the reverse of the satchel.
The satchel. Yeah, there we go.
Pain shell and the satchel. That's her new kit. That's just how it is right now. But right now, Drone gonna get taken out by Aya. There's a paint shell, so they know that she's here. She's gotta be careful. Gets forced out. Nice headshot onto Tarathiel. Who tried to go up into heaven. Just gets through the window, however, and response right now. Ivory knows that there's someone on the left, knows that there's someone on the right. So he's kind of in a bad spot. About to get pincered.
Okay.
Does win the trade versus Ineri, however, has to clutch this one out. This one gets 2, but doesn't get that last one. Iceberg coming up huge for her team.
Very, very well played by, I think, the Cypher player. I mean, she was getting spotted out from the left and the right, like you said. It was this beautiful pincer maneuver from Alter Ego Celeste. But towards the end, they just kind of got a little bit greedy, just pushed in really, really aggressively. And they did lose 2 players, but they can't afford to do so. Look at their economy right now. And Neri's still banking on her Sheriff for some reason. Yeah. Meanwhile, Celeste a little bit broken.
Yeah, I mean, Iceberg could even buy for her. She's at 7,600.
Right.
She could absolutely buy. She could buy 2 rifles.
2 rifles. She could buy an off and a bulldog or a guardian.
She could buy Odin and drop it at the door.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she could just do that through B main. I'm a bit sad that we don't see it as often right now. The wallbang Odin through to main, right where actually that sight point, that line of sight that they're looking through is through the boxes. I love that. I'm a bit sad also we don't see as much. We saw it a lot in season 1, which is that sneaky wall boost over on top of this like the house, the wall, and gives you that straight line all the way down to A mid when you're peeking out at tree.
Actually, Ascent has a lot of sneaky, interesting sage spots that you can boost yourself up on, catch people off guard. There is a little bit of a tactical pause at the moment, but yeah, both teams right now just really, really well played, contesting each other time and time after again. However, this time it does look like Alter Ego Celestè are deciding to make a B play. If we look at how the teams are positioned, on the other hand, I think OG Centuria are, you know, gambling on the wrong site. You've got 3 players on A, and the remaining 2 are positioned over by Market or mid Pizza. If they want to stop the push from B main, their only option is Market, and you don't have a lot of vision from that 1 point. Aya dashing away, misses her shots. Tarathiel picks up a free double kill.
Such a good booster spot right there. We were just
that's what you wanted to learn about.
About how Ascent has a lot of opportunities to make those sneaky plays. Straight through the door. Lex is going to be forced off once again by the zoning cage shells. Oh, both of them going wide though. Good shot in the back as she tries to chase it down in Neri. Well done from the squad of Alter Ego Celestè. I do think that it is OG Centuria that is having a couple of ping or server issues. It's kind of also why we had a bit of a longer pause before this game started. So hopefully we can get that sorted out for them. I know that, you know, FSL do play within a whole bunch of the Southeast Asian countries, or some Asian countries as well, a bit further away, so it's always going to be, you know, a bit of ping difference here and there. It does take a while, but you know, no team wants to lose because of ping. It's always really rough.
Absolutely. That's why we could have an offline tournament at the during October, but right now Centuria actually coming up huge. There are 2 kills that went at the start of the round over by A main and top of mid. But right now, a lot of space has been created by Tarathiel using the blast pack. She's right up under their noses.
And it is 5v3. However, every single member of AE Celestè has their ultimate. So there is a chance for those big plays, especially Hunter's Fury.
Where did that come from? Hunter's Fury and the Showstopper. She gets 2 more kills. And this is going to be opening up the entirety of mid. They're going to be trying to make a push onto B right now, Alter Ego. A little bit tough. Neri's still on her Sheriff. And, oh, that's going to be tough. Ivory, nice headshot on Iceberg. Spike drops.
No one to interrogate.
And that's going to be that.
Yeah, I was hoping Neri would be able to clutch that one at 1v2 at the end. But definitely a good effort from AE Celestè. They used both the Hunter's Fury as well as the Showstopper to try and get control of the site. They did pick up the double kill, weren't able to get the plant down. However, I think they didn't really expect someone to be hiding in Boathouse. It's always a really sneaky play. The thing is, at the start of the round, there might be someone on site who's backed off into there. The thing is, once you're kind of like in the middle or of the round, you don't really expect anyone to be in there anymore. You would have expected them to rotate out. So a lot of good patience, I think, shown on the side of OG Centuria.
Exactly. These girls are a little bit more disciplined, I think, than Alter Ego Celestè, who have been just super aggressively pushing out the side like they're about to do right now. Here is Ayumi going full sneak, full knives sent to Luca's face. She's gonna get sprayed through the smoke, but Tarathiel picks up a double kill because of that play. And right now, the only position that's being contested is garden or tree. Meanwhile, there is a little bit of a flank coming. Oh my god, Lex! Double kill, 1v3 right now, and I don't think they know where Aya is. Oh! Can she get it? Oh no!
Yeah, that's always a tricky thing when you're in that multiple person situation where sure you get that really nice sneaky headshot off of the first member, but once you do that, the rest of the team knows exactly where you are. So it's just a simple matter of a cleanup for them. But Good effort, I think, being shown. A lot of key ultimates being blown from both sides, however, in that. So just in terms of ultimates, we are a bit more even this time around. No one really gonna be able to use that to their advantage this time.
Yeah, it's actually the
Frenzy, though,
first round of the second half already.
Oh yeah, yep. Oh yeah, it's 8-4.
But a Yumi with the shorty, now this is going to be interesting.
This is interesting. Besides the shorty, they're actually pretty well matched on guns. They're rocking 2 ghosts, 1 frenzy, all around, as well as 1 classic. So see, that's gonna make a difference. They are force stacking A1 mid.
Yeah, if there were a heat map for VALORANT, I think A main would be the hottest spot right now because these two teams have been going at it at this one spot time and time after again. Margot does hear the drone, but it's only there to clear out the wine position. She's just waiting for it. Tarathiel managed to sneak herself into the cubby. Does take a couple of shots though. Kind of an even trade right now, but they will be pushing all the way through A main onto A site at this moment. Margot stops it just by a bit, and a Yumi on the other side with the shorty. Iceberg from heaven with the ghost. Oh, this is falling apart.
Oh no, shorty through the door. That's not gonna happen. Have to take that out with the knife. But oh, blind shorty through the smoke. What is going on? The confidence on that girl. Shorty only has 2 bullets in that magazine.
Yes.
You pretty much, if you miss a shot, you're in a really bad position because it takes you so long to reload that gun that you need to be on point. She had 0 fear. She just shot it through that smoke onto that Omen.
It's
wow.
Confidence, experience, and teamwork at the same time. I mean, yeah, 2 rounds in the chamber, long reload, sure. But she knows it's probably going to be one of these off angles that the Centurion players are going to be holding. At the same time, if she goes in to create a little bit of noise, it allows for Iceberg to get clean shots from heaven because they weren't expecting her to be there. Now a Yumi opens things up with a clean Phantom. Second round Phantom headshot. Oh, this is going to be painful for Centuria. Ouch.
1 enemy remaining.
Yeah,
what?
What a fast clean up from AE Celestè. And I mean, that's kind of the difference that we were talking about some of the earlier games today where, you know, we saw a couple instances where, like, say, Phoenix would flash, Breach would flash, but the follow-up just wasn't as strong because, sure, you get the flash down on 2 or 3 members, but the crucial thing is the follow-up after that. You really want to be able to run out there into their line of sight and then get those 2-3 quick hit taps, and that's absolutely the way that AE Celestè are able to do that, just using those flashes to their full potential. They know they've blinded them, they just run straight out and pick up 3 members just easy.
Exactly. Absolutely perfect. And you know, the thing that I love the most is that they know exactly how to capitalize on these rounds. They know when OG Centuria are on eco, and that's when they go in with these really hyper aggression.
I love Inari just firing off those blind shots through the Cypher Cage on the Sheriff of all guns. Right now, Margot, you're holding that close angle. Are you gonna get taken? She's gonna take out a Yumi with that high pen gun. Iceberg right now knows that couple members are down, just trying to create space, shooting down that wall, manages to pick up a rifle. Shooting her way through to heaven, breaks that window. Is she gonna go for the wall bang right here? Gonna go for a bit of the vision first. Does have this CD design in the middle of the round. Trying to shoot through A main. It does go down, and oh, that's the bait right there. You see that recon ball going out. A lot of people are opting to shoot the recon dart instead, which means you get taken out by the rest of their team. It's always, you know, an either-or situation. You see the dart coming out, do you shoot the dart? If you do, it's going to leave you vulnerable to the Sova, who is going to have a chance to take you down. It's always a choice. So, a choice. It's definitely a choice.
Oh my gosh, Alter Ego Celestè. This is the reason why these girls are the grand champions of FSL Valorant Open. I mean,
they play so fast.
So fast, but also really, really smart. I mean, I think I see a little bit of conditional plays at the same time. They've been contesting this A main position a lot of times. Now that Centuria are thinking it's going to be A main, they're going to be rotating over onto the other side.
I love this play. They left the spike in base. Wait a minute, no. She's alive?
She is alive. 8 points of health, though. Has to be careful. And they are aware of her position. But at the same time, because they're distracted by her, this allows for Tarathiel to actually push up. And that is going to be 2 free kills for AE. OG Centuria are just left dazed and stunned. Like, what happened? Why are they're defending, but they're pushing through mid, they're pushing through B main. What is going on?
Yeah, this is really rough. I actually really like the setup from OG Centuria at the start, which was they actually split up around the map. So they had 2B, 2A, and 1 at mid, and they actually left Spike over at base. So what they're doing was they're actually going to play for picks, I think, around mid as well as around the entrance. They just kind of wanted to, you know, drop some utility and just confuse AE Celeste at that point. But AE Celeste, they didn't even care that OG Centuria had split at the start. They just straight pushed out through mid, they pushed out through site, and that was a treat to watch, not gonna lie.
They don't care at all. And now it's OG Centuria back over onto A main again, where they're going to meet Margot, who's going to disrupt their advances a little bit with the dark cover, but they're just going to be pushing through this time. Aggression v aggression, and Ayumi has knives. At close range, Lax is going to fall. Now we're just looking for the remaining 2 players. It's going to be knives to the head. A triple kill to close things out. 13-4. And AE Celeste takes the win. Oh my god.
I mean, Ayumi, that girl aims like a machine. We saw that cloudburst being dropped from OG Centuria at A main, so they actually dropped the smoke, and then they had both Reina as well as Jet running onto site. Ayumi just didn't care. She knew that, you know, Jet's going to be dashing on towards the plant site. She just waited for Reina to pop her hit out, just straight one taps her when she came out of the smoke. After that, she just got that dash upwards and then just shot 3 body knives into Cypher, got the reset, picked up that triple right after. Very nicely played.
Very, very nice. I mean, it's all the flair. You don't care. You just push and push and push. And at the end of it, look at the scoreboard. Ayumi at the top with an average combat score of 417. 9 first bloods. I mean, it's every single round she's been pushing and getting the first blood kill. And at the same time, Tarathiel. What is this? 23-5. She only died 5 times in this entire game.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? You put your confidence in your entry fragger like a Yumi, and then you're just playing that kind of backline raise. You kind of wait for your satchels, wait for your showstoppers. And 23-5 of those, absolutely insane. You're saying 9 first bloods for Ayumi in a short game like this, where it's 4-13. You only have what? 17 rounds, and she got first blood in 9. That's more than like half a first blood rate of all of the rounds in this game.
Just so aggressive, so scary. I mean, OG Centuria, it's back to the drawing board. I mean, I don't think they're out at this tournament yet, but this is, you have to come up with a counter strategy for this.
Yeah, but no, for sure. I mean, we watched OG Centuria in that game number 1. They did so well versus Sphinx. Like we were saying that OG Centuria, they're a very well-rounded team. You know, the team communicates very well. They have a lot of very good strategies. But going up against a team such as Alter Ego Celeste, I thought that we would see a more even matchup just because, you know, both these teams, the girls are all Radiant, Immortals, very high elo stacked lobby, but AE Celeste just proving why they've already won 4 seasons of FSL.
Yeah, really, just non-stop proving and non-stop aggression. I mean, they were on defense. They pushed time and time after again, and it just seemed like OG Centuria were unable to deal with that. I think, you know, when you start having you're going up against a team that keeps pushing, you kind of want to maybe step on the brakes a bit, right? Let them push. Let them walk into your crosshairs. But OG Centuria were trying to come up with a strat of their own. They were trying to push and break into sites, and ultimately that just left gaps in their defense. Their flanks were open, so it just didn't really work out at the end, but really nice effort after all. I mean, just look at Ivory and Lax. A lot of times they had really huge plays as well. A lot of times with the paranoia, the cyber cage, it stopped AE from pushing at times at the first half. Right now, that's going to be it for the score, 13-4, and we're going to be coming back with the next game pretty soon. It's going to be Sphinx versus Zen Akari, I believe, in the lower bracket. So don't go away, guys. We'll be right back.